Y'all, look at this yummy, yummy cheesy biscuit. Oh my goodness. And I put a little bit of egg wash on there before I baked it. And I also put butter on top after it came out the oven. But y'all, so good. We done ate a batch already, so this is like the second batch. But just let it bake on like 350 until it gets brown enough for you. Happy 13 days to Christmas, y'all. So today for Recipe Sunday, even though I do recipes in most of my videos, but this is a specific recipe just about the cheesy biscuit. We have a block of cheese that I diced into little cubes, or you can use shredded cheese, butter. I'm using margarine because that's all I had at the store, milk, and self-rising flour. For my herbs and seasoning, I have garlic pepper seasoning, parsley flakes, oregano leaves, and thyme. You can use whatever herbs you would like, and fresh garlic or garlic salt. Next, we're going to add 1 cup of self-rising flour to the bowl. This way we don't have to use any type of yeast or baking soda or baking powder. It's already mixed into the flour. Go ahead and put that in the bowl, and then we're going to start adding in the other dry ingredients. Now, I did about 1/2 of a fourth of all of my herbs. I have all 3 in there at one time, and this is about what it measures out to be in a 1/4 cup measuring type spoon. Add your herbs to your flour, and then you're going to mix it up. Now, herbs are optional, but for me, it gives it a nice earthy taste, and I like that with a cheese biscuit. Next, add you a whole stick of butter. This says 1/3 of margarine that I measured off, but I ended up needing a little more to make them soft like I like them. So add a whole stick to that 1 cup of butter, or more if you like. Now, before you add the butter, go ahead and add your garlic powder, salt, or fresh garlic, whatever you want to do, and mix it up in your flour, and then add your butter. I did mine on the back side, so I had to kind of set my margin to the side so that it didn't wet my dry mixture too much, because I didn't want a concentration of salt in one place on my biscuits. Okay, so I use my fork to work all that butter in, and this is what you want, like little crumbles. When your dough, all of it looks pretty yellow, and you've worked it in to the point it's like little buttery powder crumbles, and you can keep going just as good as you can get it, because once we add the milk, it's going to turn into a nice biscuit dough. Now again, I am a cabinet cook, so I normally just eyeball this, and yes, this is a dry measuring cup, so you can definitely use a liquid measuring cup to do about 1/3 cup of milk. And that may be a little much. I would say start with half of whatever, start with half of the 1 cup, and then work it in and see how it goes, because you don't want your biscuit dough to turn into a batter. See, it's kind of dry, so let's go ahead and add the rest. Oh man, I just wasted that. We're gonna add the rest of the 1/3. I'm gonna eyeball it, because again, I'm just like, yeah, that was the rest of that 1/3. Look at me. Okay, so I got it right. So 1/3 of the milk to the 1 cup of biscuit dough, and you're just gonna mix it. It should be nice and sticky. Okay, this is the consistency, and I added maybe like a drop more just to wet it a little more. So it's about a full 1/3 cup of milk. But this is what you want. That's what you want. Now I'm about to add a few pieces of cheese to it. It smells so good. You can smell the garlic and the herbs. I use thyme, parsley, and oregano in mine. especially since I'm using garlic. Oregano and basil can be a good complement to give it kind of an Italian flavor. But I'm gonna go ahead and add cheese. Okay, so here are the cubed cheese that I cubed up earlier. I put it in and mixed it in, and you can also use shredded cheese and just go ahead and mix that into the dough. Okay, I oiled my pan with some extra virgin olive oil because I want a toasty, kind of greasy type bottom in my biscuit. I want it nice and golden and good and fattening. But if you want to lighten it up, because we've already got a lot of butter and cheese inside of the biscuits, of course use whatever your favorite cooking spray is on your pan. This particular dough, I did not let cool or rise or anything like that. We're just going to take a spoon and drop it into the pan. You see I got 5 biscuits. When they cook, they should look perfectly fine. Some nice rustic biscuits. They're not going to be perfectly round. They're going to be nice and buttery and cheesy. Y'all, look at this yummy, yummy, cheesy biscuit. Oh my goodness. And I put a little bit of egg wash on there before I baked it. And I also put butter on top after it came out the oven. But y'all, it's so good. We done ate a batch already, so this is like the second batch. But just let it bake on like 350 until it gets brown enough for you.